When I was younger, I was the kind of guy who was so lazy that it's embarrassing to admit, but I wouldn't even shower. Like, it's disgusting. You can imagine it's like the summer, so there's no school, and it's like the summer heat. And I'm like, okay, I'm out of school. I can play video games all day, and I can like watch, adult videos. And it was supposed to be like the best time of my life, right? But day in and day out, when I lived that kind of lifestyle, my mental health would just start to deteriorate over and over and over. And then I would eventually become so lazy that I would just like procrastinate on like basic human habits like showering your body. And a combination of just being lazy and just watching my life go downhill, I really started to just hate myself. And so it is like I want to make this video because now I'm starting to see a link between laziness and mental health. And like, even though it sounds mean, I kind of did deserve some of the mental health issues. Like, you can imagine younger me, I would come home, I would eat the weird junk food, I would like fry my dopamine receptors with like junk food, video games, weird TV shows, like scrolling, watching porn, things like that. Day in and day out, I would see myself literally get like fatter. I would get more acne. I would become uglier day in and day out. And it was a really hard point in my life. And on top of that, you can imagine I would be like playing the video game and it was the only thing I was good at. I had no success in real life. So I was the kind of guy who would like play the game. I was a try hard and I would literally like sweat, like physically I would sweat, and then I would be too lazy to even shower. It's embarrassing to admit, but I gotta tell you that story. And the thing is like I was a young teenager when that happened. Like, I've improved a lot. But the scary thing is there are so many people that are like in their 20s, maybe even older, that still live like that. Back then, I had no clue that I could do like the basic habits to improve my life. I had no clue I could like go to the gym, diet, read my Bible, meditate, things like that. I had no clue I could do any of that. But there are some people maybe watching this video that they know, like, okay, I could literally go to the gym and improve my body. As soon as I learned about it, I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. There are some people who are so deep down into this cycle of just laziness that they'll hear the advice like, oh yeah, go to the gym, read your Bible, start meditating, and they just can't. It's like they can, like they physically can if they were like forced, but they don't have the motivation to go and improve themselves. And they'll just be like one of those people who are stuck in this cycle, just this cycle of like laziness and just not even trying to improve yourself. And they'll be like that fat uncle, or you know that one fat family member, you know exactly who I'm talking about, who like procrastinates on their diet, or maybe they procrastinate on going to the gym. Like, they have that one phase for like a week or like a couple months where they go to the gym and then they're like, oh, I didn't see progress, and they quit. They're gonna end up being that kind of person. So I want you to ask yourself, like, do you want to be that kind of person? Obviously you don't, so you're gonna have to take action on this video. And by the way, man, if you want my personal help with stuff like this and so many other topics, you should go check out link in the description for my community. It's a pre-sale right now because I'm still building it, but it's pretty nice. You should go check it out. So you may be asking me, okay, Carson, what can I do? What can I do to like destroy this laziness? First, I need you to realize that your brain is like backwards right now. So you set out hard work to do, right? You're like, okay, I'm gonna do this hard work. I'm gonna do this thing today. And then you don't do it. And then something you don't want to do, like let's say watch pornography, you're like, okay, I'm gonna quit watching these bad videos. You end up doing it. Like, your brain is so backwards. And the cool thing is that the highest leverage thing that you can do is go on a dopamine detox. So I remember I was in like I think it was sophomore or junior year in high school, so a while back, when I learned about dopamine detox, and I deleted like all my social media, right? The only social media I had was like to be able to talk with friends. I couldn't scroll. I wasn't like watching porn. I wasn't watching anything. And I saw a direct correlation with my happiness and that. Like, I was still going to the gym. I was still like, wrestling, doing my martial arts, doing that stuff, dieting. But as soon as I did some of the weird stuff with dopamine detox that no one else does, like deleting all the social medias, I saw such an improvement. And the weird thing is, throughout high school, I would like have these weird phases where I would feel peer pressured into like getting Instagram back. It was always Instagram. I would get it for like 2 weeks, a month, and then I would delete it because I would just feel my mental health like go down so much. And here recently, I had Instagram maybe like a month ago I deleted it, I think, or something like that, because I decided to like start scrolling. I was like, it can't be that bad, right? I haven't scrolled in so long. And dude, it was just horrible. I felt my mental health go down, and you know that if your mental health goes down, you're going to feel lazier. If you're frying your dopamine receptors by scrolling, you are going to feel lazier. And what's scary about like getting that feeling and feeling lazier is that you won't do any of the habits. So then your mental health goes down even more, and then you feel even more lazier. It's just like really a shitty cycle to be in. So the sooner you take action on this, the better. So the sooner you cut out all these things like video games, junk food, social media, like anime, pornography, all these like horrible things for your dopamine that literally cause you to be lazy. We can't just end there, right? Like we know we have to do even more than that. Because if we just end there and give you nothing else to do, and you just lay in that same like dirty, degenerate bedroom that you've been like gooning in for like years, you are obviously going to fall back into the bad habits. Romans 12 verse 2 says this: do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this is basically what we need to start doing. We need to start adding the sort of habits that flip the chart. So the way, like, we need to add the sort of habits that replace that old like shit dopamine that you were having, right? So what you basically have to do, we need to add the habits that basically make your life go uphill, right? We need to always be improving no matter what. The things I always highly recommend is things like exercise, like building muscle, trying to get the aesthetic body, dieting, because it's so good for your hormones. You feel better, you look better, it's awesome. Also things like meditation, it is so good for your mind. It helps you just be able to control your thoughts, control your emotions, and like rarely people even do that. And also reading your Bible. I always recommend to read your Bible because it's just like timeless advice. Like no matter what time era you're in, you're going to read the Bible. And when you like consume content, you become like the person. Like when you're watching this video, you are going to become more like me. So if you're reading the Bible, you're going to become more like Jesus. And you know that if you lived a life with zero sin, if you literally didn't sin once, you would be so happy. But it's this sin that is also like destroying your mental health. And like I said earlier, like mental health and laziness is a direct correlation. And so imagine my life right now. Like this morning I woke up, right? I ate a healthy breakfast, I showered, and right after my shower, every time I shower, I get out, I meditate, I read my Bible. Then I waited a few minutes and I was like, okay, I have this work I set out that I'm going to do. I'm going to record this video. So that's what I did. Like your brain is so backwards. Like younger me would have never done this, right? He would have said like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do all that. And then he would have just laid in bed and scrolled all morning, you know? And then after this, I'm gonna like go hit a really good workout. I'm gonna try and hit push, right? The cool thing is when you flip the script of your life and you start to improve so much, you'll just start to look at your younger self, your younger, like lazy self, the way I do now. Like the story I told you earlier, like it's really embarrassing, but I had to tell it because it's like, bro, I didn't shower. Like I was like sweating my ass off playing the video game and I wouldn't even shower. Like it was disgusting. And I promise you, bro, the biggest thing that got me to my point, and I know will improve your life, is doing a dopamine detox and also adding all those habits that I told that basically like flip the chart of your life. Like you were going downhill, but now you're going to improve so much if you just stick with it. So yeah, man, I really hope this video helped because I really wish my younger self could have learned about this earlier. Most people couldn't even really make it to the end of this video because their dopamine receptors are just so fried. They really, really need what you're about to go do, what you're about to do, like the whole dopamine detox that I talked about. If you're going to take action on this video, I know most people just mindlessly watch content and they're going to like, yeah, oh yeah, dopamine detox. Oh yeah, what Carson's saying is cool. And then they're not going to take any action. If you're actually going to take action, you have my respect. My younger self was the kind of person who like, as soon as I learned shit, I would take action. As soon as I learned about dieting, I like cut out all the shit food within a week. Most people go their whole life and like they know what they have to do, but they won't do it. So you have my respect. I am so grateful that my younger self learned about like dopamine detoxing it all at such a young age, because I'll just watch myself improve so much, you know? Like I went from being like too lazy to even do the basic human habits. Like that is like such a huge sign of depression, to now it's like, bro, I get so pissed if I'm like sick and I can't go to the gym because I'm so addicted to being productive, and it's all because of like dopamine detox. But yeah, man, like I said earlier, I'm starting to build like a paid community. It's linked in the description. Right now I'm running like a special. The first few people that join, they actually get like 1 month of free coaching from me. So if you're actually interested in that, you should go check it out, because it's just going to be a community of like-minded people, and you can get my personal advice on your life. And so yeah, man, I highly recommend you go check that out. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace.